Hello, and welcome to the first of 3 videos on the neurochemical connections within our brain and how hypnotherapy heals, leading to a healthier, happier life. We now see that our thoughts chemically drive what we feel and draw us to certain experiences in life. I've talked a lot about how thoughts drive feelings, but I'll bet it didn't occur that thoughts actually change the chemistry of the brain. Now, if you have physical or emotional issues or feel that the law of attraction just isn't working for you, this might be important to hear. So I want to pair how we think with the science of the brain to explain those chemical reactions within us, those that can make lasting changes in our lives just by changing some outdated beliefs or ways of thinking. When we think differently, we view the world differently, and in the process, open the doors to be excellent receivers of the good all around us. In this video, we're going to look more generally at our subconscious mind, including where the beliefs and values lay, then how hypnosis can help. More importantly, I want to show that each of us are unlimited and capable of more than you can imagine. In the next video, I'll show you briefly the science of the brain and how it affects our life, behaviors, and consciousness. Then in the third video, we'll put it all together with how spirituality interfaces with all these ideas. Now allow yourself for a moment to imagine the human mind as an iceberg in the sea of consciousness. Essentially, our brains transmit current or electrical waves which are different for different activities. Briefly, the chemistry of the brain shows it's always helping you heal. You'd be amazed how truly powerful and unlimited you are, even on a simple level. Think about it. We heal ourselves every day of bruises, cuts, flus, colds. But have you ever heard of the placebo effect? Through studies with drugs and placebos or sugar pills, doctors have found that the belief that the drug can heal is just as good as the potent drug, even if it's an inert drug or a sugar pill. So I'll talk more about that in the second video, but just take a look at the virtual drugstore we have in our brains, just waiting to be tapped for healing. Hypnotherapy helps to trigger those chemicals to assist you in all sorts of healing, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Your inner drugstore can be tapped in many ways, but I like to use the metaphor of a control booth within the mind. Here you can see the potential to activate all the regions of the mind, body, and inner labs. We create mixtures of chemicals through our creative higher power, and what a good lab we have too, just chock full of the right stuff to carry out healing. But let's go back to the iceberg analogy. The conscious mind is located at the tip of the iceberg in its rational and reasons through the process of thinking. Mostly it analyzes incoming data like what you see and hear. Our brains display waves that designate that frequency of our brain is functioning at. So the brain operates from ionic current within the neurons of the brain. The beta waves are more active in daily activities. Alpha is the dreamier fantasy part, and we access this part while meditating. Theta goes deeper, and it's where hypnosis occurs. I'll talk more about that later. And then there's delta waves, where we are in deep sleep, unconscious, or in coma. Now, they say the brain is constrained because it can only process 5 to 7 bits of information at a time. Though MIT is saying now that the number is closer to 60, but you get the picture. That's pretty cramped. Psychotherapy or talking therapy also uses this conscious part of the mind, and that's why it takes so long to process your baggage. I'll speak to that in a few moments too. That said, willpower also resides in the conscious awareness, and we live our life using the will. But the will is easily overridden by strong emotions. So we try to control most of our behaviors and beliefs with this willpower. And how does that working for you? On the other hand, the subconscious mind is like the hard drive of our mind. It's unlimited, spacious, and lies below the surface of our awareness. Behaviors and habits residing in the subconscious mind, can be retrained through hypnosis. Now, the subconscious mind is much more powerful than the conscious mind. Permanent memory resides there, along with every experience since conception. It's stored there in the subconscious mind too. During hypnotic states, information in this part of your mind is easily accessible. Hypnosis and hypnotherapy uses both the alpha and theta brainwaves, depending on the level of depth needed. So information is easily accessible on this level. Feelings and emotions come from here, which easily overrides that conscious will, remember, when emotions are high. So feelings can influence your good work. Beliefs held at such a deep level also get in the way of the will. With deep hypnosis and reframing beliefs during the waking out state, it's possible that this part of the mind can influence the unconscious mind and in turn conscious behaviors. Along with beliefs, values, assumptions, histories, and our memories, there's a set of driving forces called archetypes, says Swedish psychiatrist Dr. Carl Jung. Most of you are familiar with that. These are the roles that we live that lead us in one direction or the other. They are the patterns we take on in our daily life. And learning more about these energy patterns can also help you live a better life. We won't get into these either, but I do want you to show you that they do lay outside the conscious awareness and are the shadowy elements of ourselves that sometimes keep us stuck. This might be another video that I'll do later. Lastly, at least for this video, we have the unconscious mind. We have no conscious control or awareness of the unconscious mind, they say, which forms the slow delta brain waves. They say because I'm going to talk a little more about that. This is where the automatic nervous system resides and controls automatic body functions like breathing, heartbeat, digestion, and the immune system. It's where you go in deep sleep or when the body is unconscious or in a coma. There's a bit of controversy within Western medicine as to whether hypnosis can reach this area. However, thousands of people during near-death experience say we can be conscious while we're in coma. In my practice and in my experience, I say we can access the immune and digestive system. Okay, so finally I want to submit again that you have unlimited potential to experience the life you want to live. Each of you are beautiful, golden children of the universe, and there's such good all around you. All that's needed is to let go of old beliefs. Now, this is a loaded statement because I also believe that we incarnate here to learn lessons, and sometimes those lessons are hard on us. Although I'll let you in on a little secret. The universe doesn't want you to suffer at all. In fact, everything you need is within you, within each of us, to live the life you want to live. You just have to tap the right place. In the next video, I'll share images of the brain in action, how we learn, what it looks like when the brain is happy, sick, growing, and healing. Stay tuned for an amazing journey into the body.